Yeah, Tariq is gonna have a really, really tough time in prison. A really tough time. Like, this guy cannot fight to save his life. Like, he cannot throw hands at all. And there's gonna be parallels between Tariq's experience in prison and Ghost's experience in prison. As in, but with Ghost could throw hands though. I mean, I remember there was a scene where the guy called Biscuit, or that's his nickname, tried to touch him up, and Ghost just broke his arm. Like, Ghost easily just broke his arm. And since then, none of the other inmates ever tried to mess with Ghost again in that prison. Yeah, so with Ghost could defend himself, Ghost could throw hands, so none of the other prisoners tried to do anything to him. But the guards, like, they beat him up because he was in there for the murder of Greg Knox. So the guards being up, when you're in prison for a murder like that, I mean, killing a detective or a fed, I mean, the guards are gonna have it in for you. The guards are gonna hate you. And we saw Ghost get beaten up several times in prison by the guards, especially that one guard that was played by I don't remember his character's name, but he was played by Eddie Murphy's brother. Yeah, him, like, he really had it in for Ghost. Ghost ended up taking him out though. But nonetheless, the point is, yeah, like, the guards, they had it in for Ghost, and they're definitely gonna have it in for Tariq as well, because as well as being in there for the murder of Jabari, he's also in there for the murder of Detective Ramirez. So the guards, I reckon, are gonna beat Tariq up while he's in prison, and the other prisoners will probably do that too, because he clearly can't fight, he clearly can't defend himself. But if the other prisoners don't end up beating up Tariq, it's because he ends up getting protection in there by one of the other inmates. Maybe one of the other inmates end up protecting him. That could happen too. And possibly one of the other inmates ends up teaching him how to fight. Yeah, that could happen as well. One of the inmates that are in there could end up teaching him how to fight. But let's get on to who we can meet in prison. We know that Davis McClain's brother, I think he's in a different prison, so I don't think he'll end up meeting him there. But Cristobal, this could be how Cristobal gets back into the picture, because he's also in prison, and he could end up being in the same prison as Tariq. And so that wouldn't surprise me if Tariq meets Cristobal, and it also wouldn't surprise me if Cristobal's the one that teaches Tariq how to fight in prison as well. So anyway, we'll see what happens with Tariq in prison, but those are just some of the predictions that I'm making. Tariq is going to be a lot more ruthless as well. That's something I want to add. Tariq is going to be, when he gets out of prison, he's going to be more cold, more ruthless, and even smarter as well. Like, he's going to trust people even less. Tariq has always been someone that plays his cards close to his chest anyway, but he's going to do that even more once he gets out of prison. Like, he's already wise, but he's going to be even wiser. And we saw him make some mistakes in this season. But second half of the season, especially when he gets out, he's going to come in clutch. Because that's what he did last season. Second half of the season, he started to make far fewer mistakes, started to make a lot more smart, sophisticated, tactical chess moves. And we're going to see him do that once again the second half of season 2. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting from Tariq. And I'm also expecting some kind of character development from him as a result of going to prison. Because that's what happened for any of the viewers that watch Snowfall. Franklin, the main character, prior to going to prison, after coming out of prison, he was a lot more cold, a lot more ruthless, a lot more vicious. And I think we're going to see a similar kind of development with Tariq as well, and his character. So those are just some of the things I'm expecting from Tariq, and those are just some of the predictions that I'm making for his character as well. But guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section below on what you think will happen to Tariq in prison and how you think he'll be when he leaves prison, whether you agree with what I've said or disagree and whatnot. And that's it for this video.